Welcome back to my channel. I am back with another review, so if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. A lot went down in this episode, so let's just get right into this review. At the beginning of this episode, Karlie ends up throwing herself a listening party for her new song. She decided to do a song with somebody else since things didn't really work out when she tried to do a song with Spice last season. Spice pretty much got upset with Karlie because she felt like Karlie wasn't really taking making music seriously, and then on top of that, Karlie ended up throwing a listening party for their new song without telling her, and the song wasn't even perfected yet, so that's the reason why Spice got so upset and she yelled at Karlie. And on top of that, they ended up having a falling out over something else last season, so they're not really in a good place with each other. Karlie also debuted her new relationship this season too, and I'm interested to see what happens with the two of them because Karlie seems to always be in some type of relationship or situationship, and it never really works out. So hopefully things work out for her this time, and I know that her song seems to be doing really well right now because she posted on social media the other day that her song was #1. I don't know if it's really #1 or not, but if it is, that's good for her. Now, at Karlie's listening party, she ended up having Kirk and Rashida, Bambi and Amy, and also they had Zell and Saucy Santana there, and they all start talking about Erica being fired from the show because she called Spice a monkey last season. And listen, I do not think that it was wrong for them to fire Erica for what she said to Spice because she could have attacked Spice on anything else and she purposely decided to call her a monkey, and then on top of that, she ended up making monkey sounds, and I feel like that put the icing on the cake. I do feel like they should have fired her sooner though. I don't feel like it should have had to be aired for them to fire her. I think they could have fired her before it aired after she did it. I know some people will say that, Spice was wrong too, and she was. She shouldn't have mentioned anything about Erica's son, but I do feel like, Erica was wrong. Now, obviously, Karlie always has to bring everything back to herself because that's just who she is. So she started talking about her own issues that she has with Spice, claiming that she didn't do anything for Spice to treat her the way that she was treating her last season. And look, I do feel like Spice was being a little bit dramatic when it came to Karlie, but at the same time, Karlie seems to fall out and get into drama with everybody because she's just a really messy person. And I just don't understand why she's always acting like a victim instead of acknowledging what she did wrong in that situation. Now, of course, Karlie can live wherever she wants to live, but she purposely decided to buy the house next door to Spice after Spice asked her not to because she wanted space. Now listen, Karlie didn't buy the house when Spice and her had the conversation about Karlie moving to the same neighborhood, and Spice told her at that time that she didn't want her to buy the house next door to her because she wanted privacy, and Karlie did it anyway, and she tried to surprise her with it and tried to, invite her daughter with her because she knows that Spice has a soft spot for her daughter and announced that her daughter is pregnant. So she was trying to basically manipulate Spice. So although I do think that Spice was being a little bit dramatic in that situation, Karlie is not innocent and she needs to stop playing a victim. Now, Bambi was also at Karlie's listening party, and look, she seems a lot happier than she was when she was with Scrappy. Before, she always looked mad and angry and always involved in some type of drama, and this time I saw her and she was happy and she was smiling and she just was having a good time, and I feel like she hasn't felt that way in a long time since she's been with Scrappy, because when you're with Scrappy, you don't just have to deal with Scrappy, you also have to deal with Mama D, and that's not something that anybody wants to deal with. Now, I know some people might say that Bambi is pretending to be unbothered, but if she's pretending, she's doing a really good job of it because I really can't tell. And Zell was trying to be a little bit messy, and he brought up that after Scrappy and Bambi got a divorce, like literally the day after they got the divorce, he ended up going to an awards show with Diamond, and Bambi said that she didn't care about it, and I don't think she cares about it. I really don't think she cares because right now we see on the blogs that Scrappy is having drama with Diamond, and Diamond and Erica are going to have some type of drama this season because they're both dealing with Scrappy, and I feel like Bambi is glad that she's not a part of it. Now, obviously, she does still have to co-parent with Scrappy because they have 3 children together, but other than that, she's not involved in the drama that he has with Erica and Diamond right now, and she's also not involved in the drama with Mama D, so I feel like she definitely dodged a bullet in that situation because she's no longer in it. Now, when Sierra's name ended up coming up at the listening party, that's when Bambi said that she hadn't heard from Sierra, but that she still loves her. But she said that she feels like Sierra is upset with her because when Sierra was getting dragged last season, because she basically said that Safari called her up on the phone and was trying to get with her and saying how much he likes her, she didn't go and tell Erica about it right away. And so people felt like she was a bad friend because of that. So she was being dragged on social media, and Bambi feels like the reason why Sierra is mad at her is because she wouldn't go back and forth with people on social media to defend, Sierra, which I can understand why Sierra would be upset about that. But at the same time, she had to understand that Bambi was also going through a divorce at that time. So she had other things that she needed to focus on. I do hope that the two of them are able to have a conversation and work things out though, because I do feel like this is fixable. But when Sierra ends up going to Spice's listening party, she ends up saying that she hasn't heard from Bambi and that she's hurt by Bambi because she feels like she goes really hard for the people that she's friends with, and she didn't feel like Bambi did the same thing for her when people were attacking her on social media. Sierra said that she's also upset with Bambi because when Erica ended up finding out about Safari trying to get with her over the phone, that's when Bambi pretended like she didn't know anything about it and that was the first time she was hearing anything about it, even though Sierra said that she told Bambi as soon as it happened. And so I do think that it was wrong for Bambi to pretend like she didn't know anything about it, but at the same time, that's not any of her business, because the thing about it is she doesn't even know if it's true or not. Sierra tells her that Safari tried to get with her, so I'm pretty sure Sierra probably told Bambi not to tell Erica anything about it and that she was going to be the one to tell her. So I don't think that it was really that big of a deal for, Sierra to be upset about it, but I know other people have mixed feelings about that situation. I really don't know. But what I will say is I have to question whether or not the friendship between Erica Mena, Bambi, and Sierra is actually genuine, because if they're able to fall out that quickly over stuff that they can talk about, I just don't understand how they could even say that they were actually genuine friends. I do hope that Bambi and Sierra do end up having a conversation at some point so that they can clear things up. And if they decide not to be friends, then they decide not to be friends. Now, since the divorce between Scrappy and Bambi, Scrappy now has his own place, and because he has his own place, Chaotic decided that he wants to put together a divorce party for Scrappy, but I don't feel like he wants to celebrate Scrappy's divorce. I feel like he's just trying to be messy. I feel like he wants to put together this party for Scrappy so that he can have Diamond and Erica Dixon in the same place at the same time, so that he can see some drama go down since they're both allegedly dealing with him, and so that's why I feel like he's trying to do this whole party. Now, I know Bambi is so happy that she no longer has to deal with Mama D anymore, but Mama D just kept mentioning Bambi's name over and over and over again in this episode, and I just don't understand why. She claims that Bambi was just using Scrappy because she wanted to be famous and she wanted to be on TV, but wasn't she on Basketball Wives before? Like, I know she didn't have a big part on Basketball Wives, but clearly she didn't need Scrappy's help to get on TV. And then on top of that, when she first got on Love and Hip Hop, she wasn't even with Scrappy. And I don't really feel like Scrappy is that famous. Like, is he that famous? Because I can't really name any of his songs, so I just don't really feel like he's that famous, or at least right now he's not as famous as he probably once was. So I don't understand why Mama D is saying that, and I just don't understand why she keeps dragging Bambi, because Bambi and Scrappy have 3 small children. Like, these children are really small. I don't think that when these children grow up and they see all the things that Mama D was saying about their mother, that they're even going to want to have anything to do with her. And I just feel like Mama D is really messy. Like, she's the type of mom that makes a woman not want to be with, their sons, because they act like they're dating their sons, and it's just really weird. And Scrappy ends up taking Erica Dixon on a date in this episode, and it was actually a really cute setup for the two of them. I think there is some chemistry between the two of them. He was very complimentary of Erica during this dinner, and he was also telling her that if he had the mindset that he has now back then when they were together, he thinks that things would have worked out. But I feel like he's just saying what he thinks that Erica wants to hear, because if he really wanted things to work out with Erica, he had plenty of opportunities to work things out with her, and he didn't do it, and he put her through the ringer before he even put Bambi through the ringer. So I just don't understand why Erica is even giving him a chance at this point. I don't know if they're doing it just for the sake of the show and for a storyline, or if they really are dealing with each other. Now, I do feel like they're messing around. Do I have proof of it? No, but they were in a hot tub together, and they do be going on trips together and claim that it's for their daughter, but I don't really believe that. They they probably are messing around with each other, but I just don't think it's a good look for Erica to be even giving him any type of attention like this, because I just feel like spinning the block is not always a good thing. Like, sometimes people can spin the block with their ex and things might work out this time, but I just feel like Scrappy doesn't really want to be locked down into a relationship with anybody. Like, he was just married, things didn't work out, he wasn't really faithful during that marriage. So what makes Erica think that this time it's going to be different? Like, personally, I feel like, the only reason why Erica agreed to do this storyline with Scrappy is because she wants to prove a point to Bambi, because obviously last season when she got into it with Bambi at one of the gatherings, she basically said that, she was with Scrappy first and he proposed to her first, and I feel like they make it like it's some type of competition between them, and they're fighting over this man that's not even a prize, because basically he's playing all of them. We've been able to see some clips from this season so far, and her and Diamond end up going back and forth about Scrappy because they're both allegedly messing with him. So I just don't understand why Erica is even putting herself in this type of situation. And because last season both Spice and Rennie got into a few physical altercations, they both decided that at the very end of this episode, they were going to go to an anger management boot camp, which I think was beneficial for them. Even if they were just doing it for the show, I do think that it was beneficial. They did get emotional and they were able to let out some feelings that they've been holding inside. And so I think that that was helpful. But I do feel like outside of the show, they should seek therapy for real if they aren't already in therapy. I know some people do get insulted when you tell them to seek therapy, but I do feel like it's not an insult. I feel like it's very beneficial. It's somebody with an unbiased opinion who doesn't know you, and they can listen to you talk and they can help you work through your issues and figure out where these issues come from. So I do think that it would be beneficial for the both of them. So those are my thoughts on this week's episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you all. And until next time, I will talk to you guys in my next video.